All right, here we are. Happy Sunday, everybody. Show 366. Let me go ahead and get the link posted here. Show 366. Let me go ahead and get the let me go ahead and link posted here. Here we go. I'll go ahead and post the link here and that, and also post a link on Facebook. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to try to keep it relatively short tonight. Well, down to the normal hour or so. Got some stuff I need to do to finish up the weekend, but nice weekend here in Georgia. So we are getting ready to start another week. But yeah, this last week has been pretty nice. Weather's been decently warm. We had a little bit of rain earlier in the week. It's been nice the last couple of days. Kind of chilly in the morning, but today was a nice warm day. So I got some work done in the yard today. So that is always good. Get a little bit behind. I got a little bit behind over the winter. Branches, pine cones, all that fun stuff that we have in this yard with all the all the pine trees and everything we have. So catching up on that a little bit, but we're here. What's this? Pretty much the last? No, next week is the last Sunday of February, but we're here second to last week and getting closer to spring. I guess there's still storms going through. Will be for another month or so probably, but we're getting closer, edging towards it. So, and then that means for us, severe weather season here in the South. Typically, beginning of March through first part of May is our tornado season. Yay! We just about every year we'll have the tornado siren warnings go off. At least once here in the Atlanta area. A lot of them tend to be more west and south of where we live, but in the 15 years we've been here, we've been hanging out in the basement probably 7 or 8 times with a tornado warning specifically for our area. Fortunately, nothing has happened there, but we're coming into that time of year, so happy joy. Hopefully we make it through another one without any significant damage again. But yeah, coming into that time of year, then the humidity comes in May, and then we're in the soup through mid-September. So it's just kind of the way the seasons go here. So looks like there's a few new images in the group, so we got some stuff to talk about there. I'll wait a few minutes, see if anybody else pops in. See if we can get a couple other people to participate. Otherwise, I'll go through and issue my verdict on all the images, for better or worse. But yeah, it's. Looks like Wes has gotten out. Simi obviously has been out and getting back into the swing of things. It was great to have Simi join us last week for a little bit, or last show for a little bit. Hope you're doing well, Simi, and looks like you've been getting out pretty consistently the last few months. So keep that going. So hey, there's a Wes. In. Hey, Wes.
Hi, Mark. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. Things in Gainesville good? Nice and warm yet? Warmed up?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it warm, but it's starting to feel like spring a little bit.
Yeah. That's kind of what it is here. We're finally getting warm, and the sun's staying up a little bit later in the afternoon. So that kind of
went down to the prairie after work one evening recently, so.
Okay.
Actually able to get down there and have a little bit of time before the sun goes
down. Sunset here is about 6:30 now, something like that. So probably a little earlier for you. You're a little farther.
Yeah, probably more like 6:15.
Yeah. But was it 2 weeks? We go into daylight saving starts in 2 weeks, I think. First weekend of March.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to
Now it's
any of
starting
that
to get
stuff.
light in the morning, early in the morning, and when we go into daylight savings, then it'll be dark in the morning again, and we'll switch to being light later in the evening. Hey, James.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I put some photographs up this week.
Yeah, I saw a couple.
I don't know if you've seen them, but one you haven't seen, but it's interesting. It's a story behind it. You can guess which one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. There's a few there. Yeah. Good. And Wes, looks like you got some stuff from being out in the prairie. Hey, Coach. Happy Sunday Fun Day. Hope you're having a good one, Coach. And so, were you happy with the outcome of the Super Bowl, James? Did you watch it?
Off and on, I watched it. I thought the halftime was bloody the worst one I've ever seen.
We didn't even watch it. We watched the game off and on, the game, but when halftime came on, we didn't watch it.
I watched the game off and on, right? I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. When halftime came on, I wanted to watch it. They started playing up, and I thought, what a load of shit.
Yeah, no, it's, I don't know. All the halftime shows just get overhyped, and they end up being not even close.
I kept saying, this is the best halftime show you're going to see. It's the flipping worst one I've ever seen.
Until the next one, and then the next one's the best one you've ever seen, and then the next one.
You know what? People liked the halftime thing, but that was crap.
Yeah. No, the game was good. It was a good game. It was a competitive game. I didn't watch all of it, but we had it on most of the time, and we probably watched. It was on, so we were paying attention to it, and it was a good game. I didn't have any.
I didn't have a team.
One way or the other. I just wanted it to be a good game, and it was. So
yeah, that's all I wanted it to be.
Now Joe, on the other hand, he popped in. I don't know if he's going to pop in. He didn't think, he thought the game was good because the Rams won, but it wasn't a good game because it was close. He wanted it to be a blowout, for LA to win by, be ahead by 30 points at halftime. And
I thought the game go down to the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's the way I like the games too. But I mean, I guess if you're really rooting for a team, you just want them to totally go out and crush the other team and not even make it competitive. But yeah, so he was a little bit stressed through the game because it was close. It was a good game. So not bad. One of the more competitive Super Bowls in a while, it seems like. So that was good. So, and Wes, I'm guessing you probably didn't watch it at all, did you?
No, did not watch it.
Yeah.
Didn't even see the halftime show.
Okay.
And everybody's either people loved it or people really hated it.
Yeah, it's like somebody was saying, hey, the 90s called and they want their rap back. I mean, I think that's, it's like, most of the, Dr. Dre, and that was 25 years ago. That was mid 90s to early 2000s. So, but they're the classics. I mean, they're the, the classic ones. So I guess that's probably why they did it.
As well, I watched him.
Yeah. So it was overall not a bad game, but I don't know what all the football fans are going to do now because there's no football for a while. I don't know. I don't know. I don't worry about it because I'm not. I watch football, but I don't live and die by what happens in football games. So
it's like me on a Sunday when the Panthers come on, I watch it, but I only watch half of it because I always go out Sunday afternoon to my friend's house. Then I get back here by 6.
Yeah. Well, hey, NASCAR's starting up, so you're ready for that, right, James? NASCAR season?
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
No, I lost 2 years in a row, then tied it last year, and I thought, I'm spending a lot of money on this, and it's not worth it. I used to watch it till you won. That's it. I didn't really have an interest.
Yeah. I guess I watch a little bit here and there, but once again, I'm not. If it's on and I'm got some time, I'll watch some. If not, no big deal. So it's weird. The older I'm getting, that's the way I'm getting with more and more sports. I used to be real real into baseball for a while, real into basketball or football, and now I'm just like, I like watching sports, but I'm not, super passionate about any one sport over another. you know.
What do you think of that Russian skater who got done for drugs?
Oh, that was just a cluster. That was just absolutely terrible. I mean, she's 15, and you don't know for sure, but I'm probably she was doping and she had nothing to do with it. You know, it would be one of those, you know, where she's that young and the coaches just give her the stuff that, you know, and so she has no control over it. And then the whole testing thing comes out late, which you kind of wonder why that was delayed so long. That comes out, and then the Olympic committee ruled that she should still skate because it would be damaging to her if she didn't. And I'm like, it's going to be, she shouldn't, you know, she don't against the rules. It's going to, and it ended up being more damaging to her because she did go out and skate probably under duress, and she ended up falling. And so you just wonder if that was self-caused, if she did that intentionally, or maybe she was told to do that. Who knows? Yeah. So it's just,
yeah. Well, I want to know is
highlighted everything that's bad with the sport.
What I want to know is, did she take something herself? Someone put something in her coffee, or what? How did it get in it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's more like
I would imagine she was given something to take and told this is going to help you be better. You know,
take your vitamins, kind of thing.
Yeah, take your vitamins. Yeah, here's a supplement type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, and she has no say in the matter at all. I mean, it's a total position of power by the coaches and the organization over the athlete. So it's kind of the same thing that happened with the women's gymnastics and that guy that was abusing all the women. What was his name? Nasser or whatever, for 15 or 20 years. They overlooked it, and you know, they were all young and they were told that they needed to get the treatment or whatever, and all that happened, and they were in a position of zero power, so they couldn't do anything about it. So yeah, it's just it shows how political the whole sport has become. I mean, it's and it's really everybody's in it for the money. They're not in it for the athletes anymore, unfortunately. Because she shouldn't have competed at all. She should have just been pulled out.
It's like Djokovic with the tennis.
That was self-inflicted, though.
What's that?
That was self-inflicted. He chose not to get the vaccine.
What's that? Not, the country said you can't come in. It's our rules. And I agree with that. I like Djokovic.
Yeah,
I like you as a tennis
player. You may not agree with the rules that they have, but it's their rules. So if you want to go there, you got to go under their rules. You may not like it, but you just have to make the decision whether you want to, put up with the rules for competing or not. And yeah, so you may not be happy with the rules, but you can't do anything about it. So you just have to decide. So yeah, but yeah, it's just kind of interesting that sports has become so much about. Well, it always has been about money, but now it's just more and more about about the money over the sport itself. So, which is a shame, and it's in all sports. It's not just in Olympic sports or tennis. I mean, that's pretty much every.
Did you see her coach having a go at?
What's that?
They showed her coach when she came off after falling. Her coach was saying a few words to us. It wasn't very nice.
I think it was something like, why did you give up, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't strong enough or something.
I'll picture her.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's unfortunately the whole thing highlighted what is wrong with that, with the sport. So, you'd hope you could just have the athletes do what they do, which is spectacular, obviously, but it just turned into a political and power thing. So
it's just us three tonight?
I guess so, yeah. Coach is in the chat. Joe, I don't know what Joe's doing. He's probably...
Where's the coach?
Head coach, you see in the chat up here? If you look on the YouTube chat or in the chat, if you open up the comment bar on StreamYard, it says comments. Yeah. He's...
Where's Dennis at? Is he partying with Boris again?
Yeah, what's up? Dennis hasn't been on.
I don't know where he is. He said he was going to come on. Because he always says to me, "Are you going on now?" I said, "Depends if I get back in time."
Okay. Maybe he's helping the Queen plan her Jubilee. I think that's coming up, right?
Right now, she's got COVID.
She's got COVID, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Although apparently didn't they show video? She was meeting with an audience. She had an audience with some people, and she was.
She had a
Yeah.
chain.
Yeah, she was walking. Yeah, well, she's 90, 95, 96 or something like that. So. Yeah. So 70 years as the Queen, right? Yeah, that's when the Jubilee. Oh, wow. 1952. Wow. That's a long time. So yeah, maybe Dennis is helping plan that. Maybe he finally got invited over for tea.
You know what though? If she dies, they say it's COVID. And she would be the last person I think would catch COVID with all the protection.
Yeah. She's been vaccinated, I'm sure, and everybody around her has been vaccinated, but you still, you can still catch it even if you're vaccinated. That's but it does prevent the severity of it is much, 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 much less as a result of the vaccine.
I guess the opposite side of that is, depending on her age, the more severe it could be. The weakness of
the COVID itself, yeah, but the vaccine should still reduce the severity no matter what the age. But it's still, when you get that old, even a mild case can be really severe. I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, the majority of the people that have died have been, elderly, older or have other conditions. But the vaccine has, reduced the severity of the symptoms, which is the whole idea. So, but it looks like she's back up and around, because I saw that video where she was out meeting somebody. That was a couple days ago. So apparently she's recovered. So, which is good. So, okay. Well, I guess we'll go on without Dennis then. All right, fine.
Where was you?
Yeah. So, any equipment purchases? Anything photographic related? Nothing?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. Like I bought a new car. This is helpful to know. Well, my other car that I traded in, I bought the 100,000 warranty, 10-year warranty, 100,000 miles. Well, because I traded it in, I had one of those warranty service things.
Okay.
It cost me $600, but I paid $1,500 as well. Well, when I looked at that, it said, for the car. So I went to the dealership and said, I didn't use this. Is it prorated? And he said, yeah. So I got $1,700 back.
Wow. Okay.
Now, a lot of people wouldn't know that on the warranty, because they just think it belongs to that car. It's gone. Yeah. It's no good.
Okay. So that particular warranty had a proration based off if you sell the car and you don't use it all.
Well, I sold the car and I didn't use it all.
Okay. Yeah. So you got back the
3.5 years on the warranty. Then they reimbursed me back $1,700.
That's not a bad deal. So you got reimbursed back more than you paid for it.
So that means I got $26,000 for the car plus $1,700, and I paid $32 for the car.
Yeah. So it really only cost you about $4,000 to have the car. Well, outside of maintenance and gas and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good deal. I would do that. Hey, Frank.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
All right.
Good. Yeah, that's a good deal. Well, that's kind of like what I had when I sold back my Volkswagen 5 years ago, I guess it was, because of the whole clean diesel scandal settlement. They bought back my car for only about, I think it was $1,800 or something, less than what I paid for it new 5.5 years earlier. So it worked out to be a pretty good deal. But yeah, it was just one of those quirky things. So I sold the car back, took the cash, and then bought my Volt, and then bought that used. So I had money left over, and then used what was left over to put towards buying the other car for Pam. So yeah, it worked out pretty good.
I heard
I'm not driving too much. I haven't driven too much in the last 4 or 5 years because I'm not commuting. So I'm just working from home. So mileage is really, really low. So it worked out pretty good.
I hear now is a really bad time to buy a car.
Oh yeah. Great time to sell. Terrible time to buy.
Yeah.
Unless you're James, then you get the deal of the century.
Yeah, I got a great deal.
It worked out good. So you had one that you wanted to buy. Your car had gone up in value.
I wanted to get a RAV4, but I wanted to get the latest one.
Yeah.
So when I ordered it, I didn't know what I was ordering, kind of thing. It showed you the list on the paperwork, the specialties and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I didn't see the car till it was delivered. Then I went and picked it up.
Yep. Okay. So you ordered it. How long did it take? How long did it take to get delivered once you ordered it?
They told me 25 days when I put the $1,000 deposit down.
Okay.
And then when it got to 25 days, they said it's not going to be here. And a couple of days, it was like 2 days later, it was there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So basically less than 4 weeks.
You don't say to them, I want a white one, I want a black one, I want a pink one, or whatever. It's whatever's coming in that's available. That's your choice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah. The nice thing about the Toyotas, if I remember right, is there's not a lot of there's not a lot of packages to choose from. It's either 1 or 2 levels, and then that's pretty much, you get what you get. So
I upgraded to an XLE. So I'm
yeah.
going to upgrade to it, and it's great.
Okay.
I love it.
And what color did you end up getting?
White.
White. Okay. Is that fine? What was your other one white?
Yeah, the other one was white. And
Okay.
the one before that was white.
Okay.
I was thinking of getting a different color because I couldn't find it in car parks and that. Because
Yeah.
all the cars are.
Yeah.
But didn't have a choice really, so I just got white again. I'm quite happy with it.
You know, especially where it's hot, a lighter color car makes a huge difference in comfort in the summer. You know, having a white, lighter color car doesn't get as hot in the summer. So,
Yeah.
your car's dark blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It gets a little toasty in the summer, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how anybody, you see people in Phoenix, you know, it gets 120 in the summer, people having you know, dark color like brown or black, or I was like, oh my gosh, that's just gotta, I mean, it's ungodly hot anyway, and then just add on top of it super dark colored car.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the air conditioning work a lot harder and all that, but people drive around, even here in Atlanta, and I'm just amazed. I mean, there's a huge difference between a darker color car and a lighter color car as far as how well the air conditioning works in the summer.
Is your summers really humid in Atlanta?
Yeah. Not as humid as Wes, but the typical summer for us is temperature is probably 87 to low 90s with 70% humidity, you know, whereas Wes is probably 90 and 80% humidity.
Yeah, generally 80%.
Yeah.
That's what I hated about Texas is when I went and visited my uncle who lived in Austin at the time. I went there in August.
Yeah, about the hottest month. Yeah.
And it was miserable.
Yep. Yeah, that's
you get out. Wes can attest to this. You get out of a shower, and it's more humid outside the bathroom than it is inside the shower.
Yeah. Austin is one of those, people don't think about it, but Austin is hot and humid. Not quite as bad as San Antonio, but it gets hot there and it's humid in the summer.
Yeah. So I was thinking about moving to Texas, but I couldn't find any decent places that had an airport nearby. I didn't want to have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours just to drive get on an airplane and fly back home for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
But West Texas is nice apparently, but it's flat and there's nothing of interest over there.
Yeah. I mean, you get lower humidity. It's drier out there. It's hot, but it's dry. But yeah, it's pretty flat and it's a prairie. I mean, around Austin you've got rolling hills and it's not forested, but there's a mix of trees and bushes and that type.
What about Dallas?
Dallas is relatively flat. It gets snow and ice in the winter. They get that generally almost every year. They're going to get at least some snow and ice. And in the summer, it's pretty humid. Not quite as humid as Austin or San Antonio, but pretty, warm and humid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More than you would think. A lot of people don't think about Texas being that way. They think of it being, a desert. From all the old cowboy movies, that they see, they think Texas, and that's West Texas.
Yeah.
It's dry.
And there's nothing there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Abilene, you have Lubbock, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're very small towns, not much to do there. And
Yeah,
still,
relatively small compared. I mean, Lubbock is pretty decent size now, but Abilene is small. You got El Paso, but that's southwest Texas, way out there.
mhm.
Austin and San Antonio, and I mean, you got a decent airport there. That's not a problem. But yeah, it is definitely hot and humid. Yeah. I mean, we've looked at that as maybe an option for us, but we're used to the humidity living here, so it wouldn't be anything worse.
Hey Wes, how's your job going?
Going
Is that
great.
really-
I love it.
Good.
Good.
Great to hear.
That's important.
Were you doing some new certifications? Is that what you were doing late last year?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. CCNA, Cisco
Okay.
certification. So
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's always nice to enjoy what you do. That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So that's good. Was it worth the wait?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still angry that it took so much of a thing for me to go back to work at the same university I've been working at for 24 years.
Yeah.
But
It's like it took. How much was it? 12 months? It was more than that, wasn't it?
it was basically 12 months, 50 weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, they laid you off for 15 weeks then. So they fired you, then they rehired you afterwards.
Yeah. Well, they didn't fire me. They didn't renew my contract, and then I finally was able to get back a job back.
But different department though.
Yeah, completely different.
Okay. Yeah. So the department you left, are they hiring again or not?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You were doing was it the food service you were working with before?
No, I was in financial aid.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. But yeah, you were there for 20 years. You get laid off a year, and then you come back and you end up going back to work at the same place you were before, just like with a year break.
Yeah. It's like
Did they give you a severance package?
sort of. They paid the end of my contract and let me go early.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So better than nothing, but not. Yeah. It's not like you got 2 weeks for every year that you were there or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
And they paid out for 200 hours of my vacation time, but I lost another 200 hours. Plus about 1,800 hours of sick leave.
Ooh, yeah. So that's like between the two there.
Anymore.
That's almost a full year. Yeah, almost 2,000 hours of.
I don't really get sick, so I didn't really use it that often.
Yeah. So you have to start over again. You start accumulating it again, then, right? No. Yeah.
Well, you're lucky you don't have kids. I mean, so I was a single parent, so I saved my sick days even when I was ill, not to go to work. I used to go to work when I was sick purely because I wanted to save them for my daughter in case she got sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's one of the things that everybody's like. You should have some more paid family leave for those types of things, and that's the the way the healthcare is built out now. You can't get sick yourself. If you got kids, you want to, like you did, James, you save them for your kid in case they get sick, because always something that can be changed for the better, I'm sure. But it's tough having kids and trying to raise a family and balancing all that out, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You don't plan to have kids, do you, Wes?
No.
Yeah, we don't have any kids either. But my brother, they've got 2 kids and they do the same thing. I mean, they don't have unlimited time off, so they have to balance, what they take for themselves versus what they keep in reserve in case one of the kids gets sick or needs something. And yeah, fortunately they haven't had to use it too much, but there's been a couple times. So it's all the makes things challenging sometimes, that's for sure. So
shall we move along?
Yeah, I think we should. Let's jump into the images here, because there's a decent amount. It was nice to have Simi on last time.
Mm-hmm.
That was Just to get some. Where are we at here? No, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. All right. So, we had Duck Dynasty. I think that was the last one we looked at last week, right? Or last time, right, Wes? Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yep. Belted Whistling Ducks. Okay, and then back to Simi's been out again. Yeah, well, he's kind of processing stuff from September. Wow. So this is a familiar jetty that we've seen, I think, over the years. The people on it, and nice. I'm assuming that's sunset, I would imagine. Yeah. Probably sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little flecks of light on the. It's kind of like a defocusing. Well, it focused on the back 2/3 and did not focus on the foreground. So kind of get that defocused light reflecting off the pebbles.
Yeah, it's different. Normally, his stuff like this is always
usually the other way around. Yeah. He's focusing back here rather than up here. Yeah. And this was F11. So I mean, he could have had it, sharp all the way through, but he chose to do the foreground blurring.
Yeah. He's got the sun on the people's.
Right over him.
I wonder if he waited a long time for the sun to move or move the people.
Yeah, probably wait for it to get low enough, and then he could move left or right to change the perspective of where the sun is. But as far as the height, I'd have to wait until it was at that point. Yeah. So, no, it's definitely some thought. Like you're asking him about the tree. Was that when he was in the forest? James, you asked him about it. Oh yeah, I thought about that. He takes a lot of time thinking about how he puts the shot together. That's for sure.
It shows.
Hux's second deviation. I'm assuming. Okay, so there's a familiar island out in the bay, I guess it is. Yeah. It's in Middle Beach, Madison, Connecticut. Yeah. So kind of nice leading lines of the rocks right out to the island. Nice sky too. I like the clouds. Structure in the clouds is nice. It's a nice shot. January 23rd. So probably a little chilly there. I know. Upgrade to Flickr Pro. Okay, so here we go. Third deviation. So I guess he's like doing the bell curve. Standard deviation 1, 2, and 3 deviations out from the mean. I'm assuming is what he's.
Yeah, I like this composition better because of the landscape, and you got just a better flow with the image of the elements.
I like this one.
Yeah. No, I think I do as well. There's more to you take in the landscape better. I think there's just more without being cluttered. There's just more there in a good way.
I think the previous image it's hard because when you're taking a landscape, you want to put more emphasis on the more interesting aspects between foreground and sky, and here you basically are confronted with a scene that has an interesting sky and an interesting foreground. So what do you do? I think he did the best he could, but
well, this
and here you just got a better, the horizon is in the third as opposed to the previous one. It's just a better way of taking a shot.
This angle is very nice.
There's a lot more there, and it's not cluttered. And you've got, like you were saying, Frank, the first third is the horizon. The second third is up to that rock out there, and then the first third is, the foam right up against the edge.
Exactly.
it's a nice balance there. Yeah.
And I like the detail on the rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got that in focus this time. See F11, same thing. So yeah, on that other one, he just decided to focus in the middle of the scene instead of the beginning, foreground. So there's John. Foamy Head says, Hill Country is a nice area of Texas. It's about 3 hours away from most of Texas, about 3 hours from Dallas, a couple hours to the Gulf Coast, and the West Texas mountains. Yeah, that's why everybody's moving there. A lot of people are moving to that part of the state.
What cities are best in the Hill Country, though?
The biggest one's going to be Austin, probably.
Mm.
Austin, the capital. Was a significant metro area, so no problem getting in and out there. You are about 3 hours from Dallas, 2 or 3 hours from Houston if you want to go that way, an hour and a half from San Antonio, which is a little farther south. So yeah, that's a popular area because of that. Yeah. It's very expensive now, a lot more expensive than it was a few years ago, that's for sure.
I imagine the South Texas, around the coast, like Corpus Christi, has got to be a pretty. It's a pretty nice area, but I'm trying to stay away from the humidity, and I don't.
Yeah, if you think it's humid in Austin, yeah, Corpus Christi is going to be a whole other level of humid.
See, I'm trained to think, here in California, that if you're next to the coast, it's going to be nice and cool. But no, that's not the way it works.
No, not there. You're
warmer. Not when you go to the beach and the water's 80 degrees.
Yeah. So, Pam's mom's family was from that area, Corpus Christi area, and yeah, it's just hot. They'd go and visit. When she was a kid, go down and visit family down there. Just hot and humid. Yeah. So yeah, if you think Austin's humid, yeah, just wait till you go to Corpus Christi in July. You get the breeze, but it's still
Yeah, we're just so spoiled here in California. I mean, you've got amazing. You got natural air conditioning from the Pacific. And within a couple hours, you can either ski or be in the desert or be in the mountains or be in the beach or whatever you want to do. And, it is a beautiful part of the world.
Yeah. No,
photographically speaking, there's, what would they say? It's a target-rich environment.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, you're close to, you can go from the Bay Area to Lake Tahoe in 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Typically, and go up into the mountains. You go from sea level to 10,000, 11,000 feet. Snow. And then you've got, if you want to go into the Central Valley, more of the desert, that's only a couple hours away. You can go into the redwoods. You can go along the coast for all that. Yeah.
It's just a shame what's been happening to this state.
Yeah. I was going to say a lot of people, but yeah, it's still a beautiful state, but man, making the case for living there is getting tougher and tougher. It's just so expensive now.
Yeah. Well, expensive, and the government is basically a one-party system, which I'm not ragging on Democrats, because in situations where Republicans had the same situation politically, you have to have a balance.
Yeah, that's the problem. No matter which side you may lean,
sure.
If it's one party, there's no balance, so it just ends up going kind of off the rails one way or the other all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, speaking of off the rails, this image is a little off the rails, off from the railroad, which is behind him. I'm assuming here before I took this picture. That's terrible transition. Sorry, Simi. So different perspective. So those other two shots were from the, I guess, probably over here on the right side. So he's moving closer, moving to his left from where he was in this shot. Yeah. So he moved back and over to the left a little bit to take this one. Yeah.
Yeah. I notice he's no longer doing these long, 30-second, 2-minute exposures.
Yeah, that's 0.6 of a second. Yeah.
Yeah, that's practically handheld.
Yeah, you're right, Frank. Yeah, he has not had a lot of 200-second exposure time. So, well, it's just a different. But
it's a totally different look. It's more realistic. It's more like this is what you would have seen had you been there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he for a few years he was posting more of those real long exposure things. So
yeah, and it works a lot of times, but it's not something you want to. You have to do every single time.
Yeah. And he probably got to a point where he wanted to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. You get tired of doing the same old.
Yeah. So, if you're going to the same locations, which he generally, he kind of goes, same general area. That's one of the ways to give a different take is change the way you capture the image. You go from more of a, like you said, a dreamlike or longer exposure to shorter exposure, and it changes it all up. I was going to say that we were talking about that, and then this one's probably like a 200-second exposure, but it's only an eighth of a second. Okay. Anxiety, Sea and Stone series. Huh. I wonder if he gives it that title just because of all the motion in there, or because it looks. What's that image? That surreal. Was it the screen? You know what I'm talking about, Wes? Where he's holding the head and everything's swirling around. It kind of looks like that a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of when I looked at that, I was like, that looks like that painting.
It's too blurred for me. I understand he's trying to get a freeze on a picture, but if it was more like less frozen and then more of a little bit more of emotion, I would like it. But right now, I'm not keen on this one.
Okay, so you'd say it's causing you a little bit of anxiety. See, that perfect title, James. See, he got the response.
I don't like it.
No. You're not nervous about it. You just don't like it. Yeah. No, it is. It's a very.
Because it's a lot of blurredness. It's too much blurred. I know you got it focused in the right proportion. Yeah. But it's too much blurred.
The section of the rock is mostly in focus. But yeah, it's just all the water. I'm assuming it's probably the water rushing in or going back out over the rocks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You probably put the camera
and
straight down on the water.
Are those pebbles that are on the rock in the lower right, or is that ice?
I think that is.
It's water drops.
Bubbles. I think that's water bubbles. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's very interesting.
You look down,
that's not a bad composition right there, Mark.
Yeah, there you go.
When I
you think, James? You crop it a little bit. What do you think?
Because then it brings a hell of a lot more emphasis into those little droplets.
Yeah, something like that. There you go.
Well, the funny thing is, I didn't realize it was water at first when I looked at this. I just looked at it and thought, oh, blimey, it's blurred. And then I looked down to the left-hand corner. I thought it looks like a bird leg. I thought maybe it's a bird.
Yeah.
Fight, like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to make of it.
Almost looks like a lizard.
No, this would be one where you could definitely do. You could crop it like that and get a little different, a little more detailed shot. Yeah.
This is one you put in an art gallery and watch people try and understand it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't stand those $300,000 paintings that are all one color.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? I mean, is this money laundering or what the hell is this?
I don't know. When we first moved to Chicago, so it would have been 1998. My parents came to visit, and we went to the Art Institute. Fantastic museum. So we're going into the modern art wing, and you're going down like a connecting hallway. So on one side is windows, and you've got light, and you're looking out toward the city. And the other side is a wall with artwork displayed. And there was literally. It was about an 8-foot canvas, 8 foot by 8 foot, mounted on the wall, raised about 2 or 3 inches thick, a big square, and it was just black. It was just, and that was art. And I remember my father looking, and he's like, "Did they forget to put something in it?" or because it was just a big black square on a white wall.
Mm-hmm.
But you can imagine how many expressions people give you, like looking at that. They'll say it's a thought teller. Like you look at it and it comes to your mind, and what comes to your mind is the picture.
Yeah.
But it's black. You got crazy people out there that think funny.
But my father's an engineer, so he thinks very analytically. It's either and he looks at it and he's like,
either black or it's white.
yeah. There's just so he looked at it and was like, okay, what did they leave out? And I was like, nothing. That's the whole point. He's like, I don't get it.
Sure.
It's the NFT of the art world there.
Exactly.
Yep.
The cynic in me looks at something like that, and like I said earlier, I said, is this some sort of money laundering kind of thing where they're selling a $300,000 painting that they literally put maybe 5 minutes in? They took them longer to buy the canvas than they actually do the art. So-called art.
Yeah. That's if somebody bought it or displayed it, so I guess it worked.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
They only need to sell it one time.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of taken this last image. Oh, this was a square. Yeah, so he did another square crop, but a little different. So what do you think about this one, James? Do you like this one better?
Yes.
No, I don't like it. I'm not into this blurred.
Do you like it? Do you like it? Not like it more than the other one, or?
I prefer this one over the other one, but
okay.
I'm not into that.
I like this one better.
This one here with the level.
The rocks act like a base.
Okay.
And then you've got the difference in textures between the rock and the water.
Okay. So there's a good separation between all the swirling water and then the rock itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all subjective.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. This I like this one better too, and I think maybe it's because of the crop too. I think this fits better in a square perspective.
You got more pop on this one too. The other one was rather flat in contrast.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he changed something.
No, it just wasn't the elements weren't there.
Yeah. He calls this
It'd be interesting to see these all like somehow arranged like together.
Mm-hmm.
Or what do they call it? A triptych or something?
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Dennis is on because he just sent me an email about my pictures.
Oh. Well, join the fun, Dennis.
Yeah.
So here's the other. So I wonder did he flip this one? Did he just do a 180-degree flip, or is this the same?
Yeah.
No, I guess it's different.
I think it's different. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So this is agitation. Huh. Yeah, he was talking about trying to display some of his images and how much work and effort goes into deciding what to display and then how to display them. What order do you put them in and all of that.
It's a lot of who you know as well.
With this one, I like it, but I wish the composition was shifted over to the left a little bit more. That black rock on the right side, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This black down here in the lower right.
No, above that.
Oh, okay.
How it's touching the edge of the frame.
Oh, okay.
Visually, for me, I may be wrong, but for me, it creates tension.
Okay.
And I don't know, but maybe that's what he was going for. But for me, the look of the image, the elements, I would say you don't want tension. Yeah, you don't want tension. And flipping over things a little bit more to the left, sliding things more to the left would have alleviated that. But
okay, yeah.
That's the artist's eye.
I truthfully think it's an eyesore with all that blurredness making my eyes ache.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, this one swirly is really nice.
Yeah, I like this one. Has got the rock kind of matches the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
the rock almost looks like it's blurred.
Yeah.
I mean, because a motion blurred, I should say.
Yeah.
In the bottom.
Yeah. And I wonder if you
below
put some
that.
kind of filter or something on it too. I mean, that's the other thing you don't know.
Mhm.
You put some kind of
Yeah.
filter. This was
Either remove the camera or put a filter on it.
Yeah.
You mean like a polarizer?
No, like an artistic.
A digital filter.
Yeah. Some kind of blurring or those filters that'll turn it into a painting, that type of thing. Because it does have that kind of look like a painting of some kind. Yeah.
Mhm.
More than an image, but.
Now this one reminds me of Van Gogh's Starry Nights
Mm-hmm.
because of the swirl.
Yep, I've got that somewhere. Where is it? I've got it up on the wall. This. I knew I had it. This image. Yeah, there we go. Of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got that sitting up there. But yeah, it does actually. Yeah, the swirling and the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold it up closer to the camera. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. You got the reflection, but that's all right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. So it does kind of look similar, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the swirling of the
Mhm.
stars, and then the landscape on the painting against the image. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. There you go. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I know I'm upgrading to Flickr Pro. Okay. Minotaur. Does that look like a Minotaur? I'm assuming that's what he's thinking. Huh. So this one, Oh.
I'm looking at images of a Minotaur, which is basically a
Half man, half horse, right?
bull.
Bull. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. It's interesting though. I think it's a good lot of dark and a little bit. I like the balance of colors. I think that shading that looks nice. But yeah, probably. And they're all square crops, so he's got like 8 or 10 of them. So I'm wondering. Yeah.
Square cropping. That's hard because the frame itself is, as one of my professors would say, it's rather a boring kind of aspect ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the content, the elements within the frame are far more important.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to have the content to overcome the aspect ratio.
yeah. I mean, if it was such a bad aspect ratio, House of Love wouldn't be as popular as it is.
Yeah.
Especially during the film days.
Yep. Yeah, you tell that to all the roller cord shooters, the 6x6.
Yeah. Those are all the wedding photographers out there.
Yeah. No, it's probably square form is probably good for the wedding photographer because then you focus on the people in the image, not necessarily. Yeah. So this is another impetus. Now this looks like he's got a Van Gogh vibe going on here. I think
this definitely has some sort of filter on it.
Yeah. There's no way that is natural.
Specifically, what areas do you think are unnatural?
I think just this area. I mean, it's natural, but what he took, but the final product, the filters, the way it's stretching all these colors out and all
Can you
this.
zoom into those areas a bit, please?
It's almost like it. Like
yeah, you're right.
Like
he's got a
smearing. It's like taking the colors and smearing it.
Yeah,
it's brush strokes or something.
Yeah, it's like a brush stroke type thing. Yeah.
It looks like the paint filter on Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. It's probably something similar to that. I know GIMP has. I know Dennis has done images where he's put that kind of filter on, or turns it into a painting or a modern, impressionist
Right.
painting filter or something like that. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just the way that things are smeared, not randomly, but yeah, the way the colors, yeah, it's a neat effect. But yeah, it's definitely
he
more
definitely did,
than a photograph, I guess. Yeah.
right. You do it with a light touch, and it can really work well.
Mhm. Yeah, it depends. So it ends up looking more like. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what this was. This a rock, or is this maybe like kelp, or some kind of sea grass or something like that? Yeah, interesting. But yeah, it ends up looking more like a painting than. Oh, okay. The sun rises on the sleeping dragon. Okay. So
There you go.
yeah, February 12th, 2022. So just a week ago, basically.
Very nice. Although I wish the foreground was brighter, but again, that's just personal taste.
Yeah.
Well, what is he trying to achieve?
Well, he's definitely trying to put focus onto the bright area of the scene in that I assume an island. I don't know, is that an island or a
Yeah,
cargo
that's
ship?
that island. I mean, I think it's that same island we've seen in those other images, just from a different perspective. And then obviously the driftwood looks like
Yeah, wonderful texture in that wood.
yeah. Yeah.
That white on that trunk there, I wish it had a little more pop, but
Oh, right here in this area or at the end?
on the right side, right there on the right.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's just, like I said, it's personal taste.
Well, when you take it into the whole image, the little white there, yeah. Yeah, I wish this end, the left end,
Was
there
it
was a
brighter?
little lighter. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe just a little bit. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, it's a little the aspect ratio is almost like a 16, not really a 16:9, but yeah, it's
pretty close.
Yeah, which goes with the driftwood there, being long and kind of snaking through the image. Interesting. Wonder how long that's been there a while. I mean, it doesn't look like something that just washed up last week. Oh, okay. And here's the color. So question: which do you like better, black and white or color?
The only thing is that one, I prefer actually I like both of them, but in the colour one, if you look right out, you see another island. It doesn't seem like it fits there. It looks like it's something in the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I find that distracting. I like the shot, but I find that distracting.
Oh, the sun right behind the island there?
Yeah, as you go over 1/3 to the left.
Oh, okay.
2/3 up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of a.
It looks like that's where the sun went behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
do we got here? I was going to say it looks like a cigarette, but it isn't. Oh, it's a pebble. Okay.
if you keep enlarging that one for a while, just plus it. Keep going. Bring it down. Bring it down. No, so you can see the top of the picture. See over there? It looks like the sunset tree, so you captured the sunset down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the sun got right above the top of the island there. Yeah.
And if you look to the right of that, I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be birds, or is it supposed to be something that you missed?
Oh, this up here?
Bring it back up again. Enlarge it more.
I'm trying. There we go. Oh, to the right over here? Right to the right of the island?
Yeah, look, can you see this? See where my magnifier go above.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it.
So you got that there, and you got this bit of dirt up here.
Okay. Yeah. He's got the little, yeah, it's like the sunspots.
Looks
Yeah,
like you missed out on some editing.
yeah, might have. I like I don't know, the colors are nice, but I
See,
think
when you kill white, you don't see that stuff. It's nice.
yeah,
I like the black and white better, and I would like it even more if it had the shadows on the left opened up. like
yeah,
it
that's
did
exactly what I was going to say,
the other
Frank. I
one.
like the black and white, right? I mean, just better, and I would like it even more better if
Mhm.
this was a little less shadow on the far left quarter of the image.
Right,
Yeah.
because the wood on the left up there it gets
kind of
kind of hidden.
vanishes.
And it's, going back to the title, the whole dragon idea.
Mm-hmm.
You bring up more emphasis on the form of that whole branch.
Yeah, so dial back the shadow a little bit there. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
But yeah, for me, I like it better in black and white.
yeah,
The color is nice, but
yeah. No, I think the black and white does a better job of representing the.
Go back to the black and white one.
Okay.
I prefer the color. It's more dramatic.
Okay. Yeah, the colors are nice, but yeah, I think the black and white does a better job of emphasizing the dragon.
mhm. So
But
what's the more important, the color or the
yeah, and
the shapes of the elements?
that's the
It's
64.
kind of hard because you've got a whole area in the bottom left quadrant that is basically negative space. There's just not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
But definitely worth going back when there's no footprints.
Yeah. And get a clean sand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Maybe after a high tide or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
That's
here
nice.
is Pier and Tears, black and white.
Yeah, the shape of the lines of the foreground and the clouds in the background and mimic each other.
Yep.
And create this triangular shape and funnel that just basically brings your eye right into the pier.
Yeah, I like that. The only thing a little distracting for me are the lights over here.
That's easily cleaned up.
Yeah. I was gonna say just that little bit over there. If that was just made us basically continue the dark of the horizon over there, just through that, that would, I think, make a difference.
Go there a little earlier and before the lights turn on.
Yep.
Or turn on, whatever.
Yeah. But no, it's
it's a nice composition.
Yeah, it is, especially with the dark on the right and the light on the left, and the way the pier kind of goes out and goes towards it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Nice.
It's a nice one. And there's the color version. Yeah, I like the black and white better.
Yeah, me too.
I like both.
Yeah, I like the black and white better. Oh, this is nice, but yeah, I think it looks a little more. Yeah. This would be a nice metal print on the wall, I think. Yeah.
Now, if you had someone fishing on the very end of that pier where it goes off right there.
Yep.
Right
He's got a
sitting down at the edge.
Yeah, you need a fishing pole coming up there. Yeah.
Although I like how he was able to get the 3 seagulls.
He's got the 3 galls there.
Yeah. I don't know. Are those plastic or did he place? No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. Did he send this over to Dennis for some editing and drop it in? Yeah, that's good stuff. Touched by light.
I like this one. I like the sun through the trees.
Yep, got it right. Right.
Now, did you look at that starlight effect?
What was that, James?
Did you use a filter for the starlight effect? Sunlight?
Probably you just
Use F22. Yeah, that's what he used.
F22 will do it.
Yeah, that's how he did it.
Foreground is really nice.
Yeah. Yep, half a second. Yeah, 22.
F22 and a 14mm lens will do it every time.
Yeah. Pretty much guaranteed to get the starburst. Yeah, that's a nice. sun right at the nice level, top to bottom, and then the perspective left to right got it right. And I'm sure he probably took a series, moving a little bit left and right to see how that.
Oh yeah.
Angle
I can't see someone like see me going over there and taking one shot and leave.
Yeah.
You have to work the same, as they say.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I don't want to upgrade to Flickr Pro. Okay. So now we're on, I guess we're farther. So all those other shots he was taking were, I think this is the same island. Yeah, he was way over here on the other side of this little thing. Now he's up farther along the coast. Now the island is now on the right side instead of the left side of the image.
How many photos have we got?
What's that?
How many photos have we got to go through with him?
Just a few more, I think. 2 or 3 more.
I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical, but I still want to see those shadows now black and white in the foreground open up more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right here in the very front. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole area.
Mm-hmm.
And that by doing that, it would also raise the white area of the rocks and give it some pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one. I definitely like the black and white better than the color. I think maybe because it obscures the house is better, by adjusting that and
Sure.
the structures over there.
But when you're editing these images, how you feel, your mood, and maybe even what you ate,
Mm-hmm.
or how much alcohol you've drank.
Yeah.
will affect on what you do here.
Makes a difference. Yeah. And it'll be different one day. You look at it one day, you edit it differently than you would the next day, probably.
Oh yeah, I want to go back and edit all the images I did back in early 2020s or early 2010.
Yep.
Because I look at them and I went so hog wild on the digital filters there. It muddies the image, at least from the ones that I've done personally.
Yeah. Go back and revisit them and say, how would I really do it now? What would I do different?
Right.
Yeah.
You get the novelty of all those filters wears off, and then you can start being a little bit tamer with those sliders.
Yeah. Okay, so this is more of a detail, a little closer in of the previous shot. I like the one with the rocks, especially if the rocks are a little lighter. Yep. I think that adds a little nicer at the front of the image. But yeah, I'm looking at what he's doing in black and white. Color. Yeah, I take the black and white over the color again.
Me too.
Yep. There we go. Duck in the water. Black-bellied whistling duck.
Nice.
So this was your after-work visit to the.
Yeah.
Okay. Just came up out of the water, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was just sort of dipping down and splashing water on himself.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, good. Bright beak.
Yeah. I have some cousins who have a duck club, a hunting club out in Benicia.
Okay.
You know where that is, probably, Mark.
Yep. East Bay area.
Yeah, where all those mothballs are.
Mm-hmm.
The mothball fleet.
Yep.
If you go in line with the ship, it'll take you right there. And I think they got like 60 some odd acres they flood during the duck hunting season.
Okay. Yep.
Lot of fowl over there.
Yeah. No, I very familiar. We lived in Fairfield for a little bit, so yeah, that's really close to Benicia.
Well, you've moved around a lot in your life, haven't you?
Yeah, I lived in
Chicago, California.
Yeah, well, we went to Colorado to go to school, and then ended up in California for a year and a half for a job I took, after school, and then moved back to Colorado and stayed there for. What did we stay there for? 7 or 8 years, and then to Chicago for my job, and then from Chicago to here for Pam's job. So yeah, we've been in all three time zones, which is I'm glad we did. But yeah, there's definitely some moving around. Ooh, I like this one. Roseate spoonbill. Picking through the mud to get, what do they do? They get like little snails and that type of thing? Little
Yeah,
fish?
I don't know what they're digging around, but they dig around in the muddy water there and pick
Yeah,
out little things, little crustaceans of some kind.
yeah. Yep, that bill is perfect for scooping stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can often tell what a bird eats just simply by the shape of the bill. Is that
Yeah.
what they say?
Yeah, meant for shoveling through stuff. Ooh, I like this one. Yes, sir. Those are yellow legs. A little smaller bird.
Yeah.
Black-bellied whistling ducks. Okay, so that's what's behind them. Okay, so you went out at yeah, near sunset, I guess. Yeah, late afternoon.
Just 45 minutes or so after work there one evening.
Yeah. Nice light. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Early morning or right at dusk? Dawn or dusk? Okay, James. So we got Erica here. So is she actually looking through the window, or explain this?
What I did is this is taken about a lot when I was about 25. Long
Okay.
time. It's filmed with a Canon A1 camera.
Oh, nice.
What I did is I got the two filters. One filter had a circle in the middle of it, and the other filter had the circle at the side of the lens. So you take two shots.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah.
was where you could cock the gun and the film doesn't move. So I took one shot with her looking out the window, like looking at me right there. And then I took a shot looking out the window. I then merged them together.
Oh, nice.
When did you take this shot?
This is in London outside my house.
But when?
Oh, about when I was 25. So you're talking about over 30 years ago.
I was going to say it has that 70s feel to it, especially the colors. And,
Yeah.
And the multiple exposure too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was film.
Right. I like how you place the eye, her left eye, right in the center of the frame.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Do you remember what film was it? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But here's the sad part about it. That looks like a ghost effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
She died a few weeks later
Oh, wow. Ugh.
in a car accident.
Wow.
Wow.
One of those
It was spooky.
strange coincidences, huh? Because you made this image like that, and then wow, yeah.
About 3 or 4 weeks later, she died in a car
Wow.
accident.
Yeah. It's one of those things you're like, well, ooh, it's kind of, yeah, it works out.
This one you have to blow up because Wes, I cropped this greatly. These are kind of not new. These are kind of old. I've had these for a while now, and I just thought I'll put them out there. You have to look at them large.
Yeah, these are hard little critters to photograph.
Yeah, they are. And you did this with what camera?
The Olympus.
The Olympus? Okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and even then, maximum zoom, and you still have to crop in a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dragonflies are small and fast. They zip around.
It was a 14 to 150 mil lens.
Okay, so basically a 300 millimeter on the Olympus.
Then I cropped it, obviously.
Yeah, probably cropped at what? Is this 1/4 of the? Did you crop it 3 times? Probably. Is this 1/4 of the frame? Probably.
I can't remember, but I cropped it enough to get the decent picture.
Yeah. That's nice. A nice shot. Yeah.
Can you enlarge that more?
No, it's not. It's not at least directly. Clicking on it. Yeah.
See on my computer?
Let's see here. Oh, I'm gonna add you back in. Can I get that? Let's see here. There we go. There we are. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I've got your screen there. Okay. Oh, I'll make it. There we go. Yeah, that's a tough one. So did you do another one of the? Oh, okay. So this is the same dragonfly.
Yeah, so if you look at it on my screen, it's just enlarged. It's the same one.
Okay. Yep. Just from the looking at it from the top instead of from the front. It must have sat there for a while, or was this on? It looks maybe a different branch. Yeah.
Not really. It didn't take me long to take the shot, to be honest.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, press F11 on the keyboard. Maybe that'll go full screen.
What is it?
F11?
Is it F11? I think so. Let's find out. No.
No, it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I think the size, whatever you uploaded, James, it won't enlarge for me either.
Yeah. I think it's the size that you uploaded.
I've got to go get my recharger. It's going to come down there.
But yeah, that's. I need to upload it as a. What did he upload it as? Yeah, 72 DPI.
Yeah, if you click the download arrow, it should tell you what the sizes are that are available.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1024.
1024. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. You may have the original be 3072 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it loaded up. Yeah. Yeah, dragonflies are small little things are tough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Came out pretty good though. Good shot. Yeah. James getting his tea, I guess. I don't know. All right. All right, guys. Well, hey, good images, Wes.
Thank you.
James and Simi, as always. Good stuff. Your humble host hasn't had any images in quite a while, so I'll just keep looking to you guys to keep posting. So good stuff. Yeah, so we should be 2 weeks. Yeah, we should be back in. I think we're on schedule for continuing every 2 weeks now. We've kind of gotten back to more normal as far as work, so I'm not working as much on the weekends anymore. So that's always a good thing. So.
Does the tax season affect you, Mark?
Not as much now. There's always there he went. There was just a rush at the beginning of the year to get some stuff updated before people started doing their taxes. But I don't do taxes for people, and I don't. The big thing is that I don't directly manage money for people, so I don't have to. If they want to rebalance or buy or sell or that type of stuff, I don't do that. I give them advice on how to do that, but they have to execute that with whoever else is managing, the brokerage or whatever. So
you don't give investment recommendations like this stock or that mutual fund or whatever?
I will do that, but yeah, I don't manage the assets. So I'll tell clients, hey, you should be based on kind of where you're at and what you're looking at. Your allocation should be overall, this general mix, and I'll make suggestions and recommendations as far as this ETF or this fund or that. But I don't do individual stocks. I'm not analyzing individual stocks or that type of thing. I'm more on diversified ETFs or mutual funds.
Mm-hmm.
And using that as the overall, and then helping people decide when to buy and when to sell. But I got out of the actual management of those assets.
I had a mutual fund a while ago in technology, and I was watching CNBC, and they were talking about how much of your investment actually goes into managing.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of that, and I figured, over the long term, that money would be better spent. It would be more of a return if I actually put it into a regular stock or something of that nature.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, the management fees have gotten better, but what also has gotten a lot better is the ability for individuals to do all of that investment and rebalancing and all of that, that they can do. You can do that on your own now. Almost every brokerage platform will give you the ability to do that. And that was one of the things that a lot of times people like myself as financial planners or financial advisors would say, hey, we've got special software that can help you balance, rebalance, and do all that. Well, that's become a commodity almost, that those types of things. So the management fees that the fund managers are charging is getting harder and harder for them to justify it. That, hey, yeah, it's worth paying me 1% to manage your assets or to manage this fund or to be the picker of stocks when it's
I imagine if you're a short-term type of person, that's one thing. But for me, I tend to get married to stocks too easily.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you're looking at 10, 20, 30 years of owning a stock, there's for example, I've had GE since the 80s.
Yep.
It was $100 investment back in 1984, 85, and I still have it.
Yeah. Yep.
Regrettably, I should have sold it in 2099, but
yeah. That's the challenge is first you have to decide what stock to buy, then you have to decide when to buy it, and then when to sell it because it's only one stock. Whereas if you take especially for longer term stuff, you just take a bigger view and say, hey, this is money I'm going to be investing for retirement in 25, 30 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. Get the overall mix of stocks and bonds, and then go to a fund, like the S&P 500 fund or the bond, international bond. I mean, let them pick all that stuff. You're more concerned about just getting the overall mix correct, and then stuff will go in and out, and you're not going to have to worry about buying and selling a particular stock. And that's where people get in trouble. Well, not in trouble, but they can get in trouble. But that's where people spend a lot of effort for not a lot of gain usually.
Right. I just got rid of my Pfizer stock, considering that now that this COVID thing is pretty much ending rapidly. I think that they're probably going to go down. So I figured sell it now before it.
It's had a good run, that's for sure. Yeah.
All-time highs. Yeah.
Yep. So. Yeah, I got out of the investment management game about a year or two ago, and I'm glad I did, because now I can just give people more big picture, overall things that they should be thinking about and recommendations around the bigger picture, and not worry about all the minutia, because it's really hard to add value and charge a fee for that. It's got really hard to justify having people pay me to do that, because my value is more in helping them see the big picture and defining what they should be worrying about and what they shouldn't be worrying about.
So are you what they say a fiduciary?
What's that, James?
Are you what they say a fiduciary?
I work as a fiduciary. Yeah. So I don't sell anything. I just basically charge for my advice and time, and don't have any ties to any one company. So my duty is to make sure that the people I work with, I'm looking out for them first. So.
And that's primarily what a fiduciary does. That's their main.
Goal. They're supposed to put the client's interest first. So, and there's you can go on to all the industry. It's getting better, but there's a lot of people that act as a fiduciary sometimes, and then literally, take that hat off and put another hat on that says, oh, I was a fiduciary on this, but now I've got this great new insurance product that I want to sell you. So I'll put on my non-fiduciary hat and sell you that and get a commission there. And then I'll put this on and manage your money as a fiduciary. Right. So, it's very confusing for people overall, a lot of times.
Sure.
It's getting better. The industry's changed a lot in the last 10 years. Technology has made it a lot easier to be fully transparent, and a lot easier for people to realize when people aren't being as transparent as they're saying they're being, which I think is the most important part. Because
so much easier to do research and find out what the truth.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is only good. I mean, an informed. The more information you have within reason, the better decision you're going to make. And that's, it just comes down, you've got to make decisions. So you might as well make informed decisions within the context of what, why you should be making those decisions. So
Exactly.
Okay, enough philosophical talk here. All right, guys, appreciate it.
Good show, guys.
Enjoy the next couple weeks, and we'll be back on, was it the 5th or the 6th, whatever that, March 6th, I guess. We'll be back in March, so. All right. Hey, Rui. Rui probably has Rui, yeah. Let's stay on here for a second. So, Rui, are you a father now? I think so, right? Yeah. Yep. Been about a month or so, I think. So, hope everything is going good with the little one. And just in time for the end of the show. Yeah. We need to get to sleep anyway.
Well, welcome to parenting.
Yeah. I am just in time. 1 month in. Okay. 1 month in. So you're not sleeping anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't slept, and all good so far. Good. That's good to hear. That is very good to hear. Now you're probably all good so far, except for the lack of sleep, I would imagine. So that's good. Well, good to hear you are doing well, Rui. Give my best to everybody in the family. I saw you were out, posted some stuff. You're out riding with your father, I think, last week, a couple weeks ago, riding with your dad out in the mountains. So looks like he's a serious biker. It looks like he's been riding his bike for quite a while. So always good to see that. All right, gentlemen. Guys, take care. Appreciate it. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. See you, Rui. Hope join in a couple of weeks. Coach, we'll see you. Stay well. And see you guys in a couple of weeks. Take care.
See you guys.
All right.